You want to use Ancestry.com, but those subscription fees, even at $19.99 a month for the lowest price plan, they can really add up. Month after month, getting bigger and bigger. But what if there was a way to save money, or even use Ancestry for free? Well, today I've got 5 money-saving tips for Ancestry users, and I'll even show you step-by-step how to set up a new account that is 100% free. We're not talking about a 14-day free trial. We're talking about legitimately free. Sound interesting? Well, come on. Let's get going. Hello friends, my name is Jonathan Mills, a retired pastor, lifelong researcher, and avid genealogist. I'm here to share from my years of genealogy experience to help you discover your ancestors, tell their stories, and leave a lasting legacy to pass down to future generations. Now, as we start, let me just get this legal disclaimer out of the way. Ancestry and Find a Grave are trademarks of Ancestry and its affiliated entities, and Family Tree 123 and its content is not sponsored, affiliated, endorsed, or otherwise associated with or by Ancestry and its affiliated entities. And just to be perfectly clear about this free account, I am not suggesting you should do anything illegal or unethical. I'm just here to show you how Ancestry absolutely does have ways to save you money, including a 100% free account option. No strings attached. Well, okay, a free account does have its limitations, but you may be surprised at how much functionality is still available when you use an Ancestry registered guest account. I don't think I need to tell you about the features and benefits of Ancestry.com, but if you want to know more, subscribe to this channel and I will produce future videos exploring Ancestry's features to help you build your family tree. First off, Ancestry offers a completely free account called a registered guest. You can use it to create a family tree, to add, delete, or modify profiles in your family tree, to send and receive messages with other Ancestry subscribers, to see hints, although you will only be able to access records from the free collections. But you can search records in these free databases as well. This is perfect for getting started, for organizing what you already know about your family, and getting comfortable with the layout and navigation of the Ancestry website. I will walk you through the steps to set up a guest account in a few minutes. If you're already an Ancestry subscriber and you'd like to move to a free account, you don't need to set up a new account. All you have to do is cancel your subscription. Just go to the account settings and under membership, look for the button that says Cancel Membership. Now, you can pause your membership or you can downgrade your subscription, but if you want to settle into a free account for the long haul, you'll have to choose Cancel. Now, of course, you're going to lose access to all of the paid subscription features once your subscription runs out. Mainly, this means the website will lock up premium records. They'll still be attached to your family profiles, but you won't be able to see them or open them or utilize that information until you resubscribe at an equivalent or higher subscription level. I'll put a link in the description to an Ancestry support article with more detailed information about what happens to your account after you cancel your subscription. There's a third option that is completely free and it provides you access to premium collections. It's the Ancestry Library Edition. The service is provided by Ancestry through public libraries. And as long as you're using a library computer to access the site, you can access thousands of premium databases and billions of records completely free. Now, I don't know for certain that this is available worldwide, but I do know that the Library Edition is available in most public libraries in Canada and the United States, and I suspect in your country too. Check your local library to see if it's available. But here's the catch. The Library Edition is anonymous. In other words, you can't log into your personal Ancestry account. You access the site as a generic library user. So even though you have access to the premium records, you'll need to have a USB drive with you to download and save them, or else you'll have to record them by hand. Is it cumbersome? Absolutely. But completely free. And if you're just looking for pure research and record finding, it's a great option. I've got 5 more money-saving tips at the end of this video, But for right now, let's switch over to the computer so that we can walk through creating your free registered guest account on Ancestry. Start by typing into your browser ancestry.com. You may be redirected to a local country-specific website. I happen to be using ancestry.ca here in Canada. Just be aware that this walkthrough might be slightly different if you're registering in a different country. So here we are at the website, and you can see that there are these options across the top: subscribe, free trial, log in, and sign up. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to sign up today. You can use Google or an Apple account, but in this case, we're going to sign up with an email. So we just click there. And here it's going to show you the sign up page, place for your name, for your email address. You create your own password, and then you agree to the terms down at the bottom of the page. And once you've checked those boxes and filled in all the information, you can create the account. And right away, it's going to take you to this page that shows you subscription options. If you want to subscribe, you're welcome to choose one of these options. They'll go ahead and they'll take your credit card and subscribe you, and away you go. But we want to do a free account on this trial, so we're just going to skip all of those subscription options, and instead we're going to go up to the right corner. There's a little head there, and that's where you go to connect to your account. And here we can see the account is already there. I've hidden the details because this is a living person, and so we want to protect the privacy of that person that I've created this account for. But you can see that it says in the middle there, complete your profile, and the progress bar says 0%. And then there's a little button below it that says get started. Now this is information about yourself that Ancestry uses to help you connect with your family. So it's a good idea to press that button, get started, and it's going to bring you to a screen where it's going to ask you questions about yourself, personal information, and so on. And again, this is all about trying to connect you to your family members. So you'll want to go ahead and fill that in and take those steps, and then we'll move on. But we don't need to do that today, so we're just going to skip ahead. Okay, we've added to the profile, and so now that we've done that, you can see up above, we now have more details here. We've got home, we've got tree. Let's just click on the home page here. So now you can go to the home page, and it gives you information, and it gives you places where you can begin searching your tree. But we're going to click on tree here, and you can see that you don't have any trees, but we're going to create one right now. You press that button to create a tree, and now it brings you to the screen to get started. Put in your name and click next. Again, living information details will be grayed out in the screen. Put in the year of your birth and next. And there you have it. You've started your family tree. Up next, we're going to share more information. So this is interesting. Did your grandparents live in Canada before 1950? Now, again, I'm doing this in Canada on the Canadian site, and this is a really important question. And in this case, this person's grandparents did live in Canada prior to the 1950s. So that is a very big clue to Ancestry about connecting you with your ancestors. So I'm just going to hit pause here for a moment, because the normal process is that you create your own profile as a living person, then you create profiles for your parents. In this case, one of the parents is still living, so I thought I would skip over the parents and go straight to the grandparents. I've already created those profiles, but we're going to move on to creating the grandparents within this family tree. And just remember, Ancestry does not provide you with information about living persons. So you really get the most benefit out of Ancestry once you get to the generation where the ancestors are deceased, and that information is therefore publicly available. So let's jump back in as we add the grandparents to this family tree. So here we go with the grandmother, the maternal grandmother of the person who's starting this profile. We'll put in her name, Agnes Berry, and click next. Is she alive? No. So Ancestry knows that they should be visible. And so we put in a place where she lived, and next. And right away, there we have Agnes Hannah Berry. That is the maternal grandparent. So we're going to say, yes, this is my grandparent. And so she's added to the tree, and look, they even know her husband is Orville Scarrow. So is this your grandfather? Yes, this is the grandfather on the mother's side. So we're just going to click yes. And right there, we've got the two grandparents. Oh, now they're jumping to the other side of the family, to the paternal grandmother. And already there's an identification there. And Kathleen Cook, so we'll just look at the dates. Yes, that's the right person, so we'll say yes. And right away, they also know that Kathleen Cook's husband was Marshall William Long. Now, all of these grandparents are all deceased at this point. But now it says you can see your potential ancestors. You can go to another generation receiving hints from Ancestry. So we're just going to see our family tree here. The lower levels are blurred out, but now we have all four of the grandparents who are showing in this family tree. Now it's giving us the way forward for making more discoveries. And it says 2 steps. View potential ancestors to trace your family back generations. And secondly, view hints to see details about your ancestors' stories. So we're going to start by choosing step 1. View potential ancestors. So we're going to click this button and it's going to show us potential ancestors. And first off, here we have the parents of Agnes Hannah Berry. Now, we can look at either of those, but we're going to look at the father, Henry Berry, because we already know information about him. So this will be good for us to confirm that that information is correct. So we're going to go up here to Henry Berry. There we go. And we just click anywhere on this potential ancestor bubble. Oh, and look at that. We've got a photograph and everything. Photo, spouse, children, and then is this the correct person? Yes, it is. So the one person was Henry Berry, and then through Henry, we found the wife as well. And so now we've added both of those new potential ancestors. Now, next step is to view hints. So these little green leaves are hints in Ancestry, and they show when they have a record for an individual. So in this case, we click the green leaf, and in the left margin, it pops out this window. And here we have records for Agnes Hannah Berry. So there's the 2021 census. Let's review that one. So we click on it, and it opens this review page. And so the census is at the top there. All the details that are recorded in the census are here in the left column. And in this case, I know this information from previous research, but if you didn't know the information, this is fantastic. It's Agnes with her parents and her siblings. And we're going to say, yes, this is a correct record. But we're going to skip over the process of adding records from hints, and I'll cover that in a future video. And there you go. You've got encouragement for Ancestry. You have started your family tree. Isn't that exciting? So we click the button, and this opens the tree for us to look at it. Now here we've got from the grandparents up, so we've got lots of potential ancestors, and they've got suggested names already, although you'll see that they're grayed out because you only have 2 more suggested ancestors for free because this is a free account. So they're not going to give you all the information for free. But you can see that it's there, and if you decide to subscribe in the future, all that information is available to you. Now, if you want to view a particular profile, then you just click on the person's name, in this case, Orville Arthur Scarroll, and you see there's this pop-up screen and it says profile. So we're going to click on that, and that will take us to Orville's, this is his personal profile. Now you can see we've got his wife and one of his children, and there's other details here. Now, because we know Orville, we know about his family, we don't have to rely on hints for all the information. We already know the family information for Orville, so we can just go down to this button at the bottom that says Add Family. And we're going to go up in that, and we're going to add his father. So we click Father, and we know his name, John Arthur Scarrow, and male and deceased. And then we can go down to the birth date and death date. We already have these dates. And again, when you type in a date, it's going to give you a pop-up with a more precise date. Always use the date from the drop-down menu so that it's in the correct format. that makes it simpler for Ancestry to search records and so on. So we've got the 2 dates. We're going to save that. And it is going to add the father of Orville Scarrow. And there we see John Arthur Scarrow. We click on it, and here he is. Now we're on this new profile. So you see, we didn't get a hint from Ancestry to create the father. We already knew the father's name, birth and death dates, so we added him manually. This is what you can do with your free Ancestry account. You can add all of this information that you know about your family manually and build your tree all by yourself without having to spend money asking Ancestry for information. Obviously, if you don't have the information, then a subscription is the way to go because you're going to get lots of information from Ancestry's records. But in this case, we've got John Arthur Scarrow. So we're going to look at his profile here, and you'll see that, they want you to subscribe to unlock the records and hints. And you can see that most of these hints are here, but they're locked. You see the little green padlock means it's not available. And of course you can subscribe, but we're going to look for the free hints. And in this case, we've got a Find a Grave reference. We click Review, and it comes up on the right-hand side, and we can look through. And most of the time, it's just going to have the name and the birth and death dates. But in this case, this profile has quite a bit of information, including John and his family. So we're going to say, yes, that's correct. And now all of those family members have been added to John Arthur Scarrow's profile. And so this is the way that we build out our tree, just reviewing what records are available to us and from other research and from sources, maybe a family member who has made a family tree in the past. And now we come back to our family tree again. And look, it's really starting to take shape. We've got Orville and Agnes, and now we've got both of their parents. And up here on the right is where you can go for more hints. And if you click that leaf in the top right corner, you'll go to all hints. So hints for anybody who's in your tree. And you can scroll down and you can see most of them are locked. But if you go up here to the free hints, it doesn't show anything there. But look, there's a ton of free hints that you can look at in Ancestry. These are all free. You've got a free account, and you've got all of these records that are free. The Canadian Census records, just for example, they're free from the Library and Archives Canada website, but they're also here in Ancestry, so you can access them here for free as well. Well, congratulations. If you followed these steps, you should be set up with your very own shiny new Ancestry registered guest account. So let's quickly review a few additional money-saving strategies. First, if you decide to subscribe, take advantage of the 14-day free trial. Wait until you have some time set aside to do intensive research to maximize the value of this brief trial period. Second, Ancestry offers 6-month subscriptions that are less expensive than if you pay month by month. Take advantage of those savings. Third, with a guest account, Ancestry will send you emails, including special deals when subscriptions can be purchased at up to 50% off. Black Friday, Memorial Day, and other major holidays are the best times to start a new subscription. Fourth, try using Ancestry Library Edition and save your research by copying it to a registered guest account. It may be a bit tedious, but it's a great option if you're on a tight budget. And fifth, if you're in the United States and you decide to subscribe, consider the top-level subscription. The U.S. All Access subscription, for example, includes up to 4 additional accounts under the same subscription. You could recruit 3 or 4 family members to share the cost of the plan together. As far as I understand it, this will give you all premium access at a cost that's much less than the lowest tier subscription. It's probably the best value option. And finally, bonus note, don't forget free website alternatives such as FamilySearch.org and Wikitree.org. So there you have it, your guide to getting started with Ancestry. Why not get started with your free account today? I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, you know what to do. And I'll see you next time on Family Tree 123.